I'm Drackpack, and I'm joined by Big Rich X. Uh, sorry,
That is
I forget
correct.
about the X.
Everyone always does, so the fact that you got there right at I heard you pause and then there's something else. I know there's something else after the rich. I just don't know what.
Talking
In any
about
case,
it.
in any case, we're here, we're live, we're now for a little more Rocket League action in the preseason tournament. It's been a minute since I've been on the QRLS stream, but I'm happy to be back on the broadcast with Drac Pack on the attack, if you catch my drift chat.
I do, I do. All right, we so a little bit of how record keeping, a little bit of update. If you've been in the Discord server, you'd see Clarity United now playing with a new captain, the rookie Scanty taking over Scripps, who is taking on an admin role. So we have a little bit. I mean, the rosters aren't different at all, and is a known commodity. He, even though being a rookie in the league, this is the first time playing. He's still a known quantity around the league, so not much of a surprise. Everyone kind of understands what he's capable of. But on the side of Rangers, we've got the same roster there, and no subs expected. So Rich, what are we thinking? What are we looking for? What are the keys to this game?
Mainly, what I'm hoping to see is typically, from my limited experience in Rocket League, is you have to maintain control of momentum. The flow of the game is going to be the biggest factor in this one because I've seen many a match be fairly close, keep it out 1-1, remain tied up for a majority of the matchup. You get a lucky goal here and there, nothing fancy, but when a team starts getting hot, they start rolling, they start hitting, it can quickly become a 4+0 deficit to come back from, and you just have to try and stop gate that as best you can. I don't know much about either team, if I'm being completely honest, but that is just my take from as an outsider looking in. Controlling the flow of a matchup is going to be critical throughout this best of five series.
Exactly. Blowouts not uncommon in Quicksilver. Um, at Clarity United with an 8-0 upset or
Mm,
8-0 win, excuse me, against Astros in the quarterfinal matchup.
filthy.
Um, we also had on the other side of the next game yet to be scheduled.
Hmm.
We had the Armada with two blowout wins against the defending champion Sappers. So we're yet to see. Typically, whenever I run things here, or whenever I'm casting Rich, we do have
Hmm.
a game one blowout. So that didn't happen last time, but that's kind of what you can expect. Also, good point about momentum. If you're gonna have a blowout, just getting the zero off the scoreboard, and it's all about the last minute going into game two, game three,
Hmm.
game four. If you're competitive in that last minute, you could show up. You have something to look forward to for the further games. But if you're just getting blown out from start to finish, it can be really hard to kind of pick your head up and GG go next. So
Hmm.
we are just waiting on. Oh,
Oh,
we just
here
had
we go.
the Rangers join the lobby. We were waiting on Clarity United. Start time pushed back just slightly. We're getting started at air scheduled time is at 7:45, so got a couple of minutes. But
Gonna be a fun
yeah,
one for sure.
yeah.
Uh,
We're just looking forward to seeing Scanty. Scanty was in that game against the Astros, so we've seen
mhm.
him before. But I'm just looking forward to seeing how Clarity United progress. Power rankings: Clarity United is second, and
Mhm.
Rangers is third. So the power ranking committee does say Clarity United. One caveat though, Scripps is the head of that power ranking committee. So take the results with a grain of salt, but should be a close one, should be a good one.
Quick
And
question. Are we sure it's scripts and not scraps? I want to clarify
oh,
beforehand.
I've always called them Scripts. It's
It
could
is
be
scraps.
scraps though.
Okay.
It okay. I've always
I'm
called
just
them
asking
Scripts.
ahead of time because with players who don't utilize proper grammar, which is very rare in a gamer tag, I want to be sure because I know as a caster, I will never hear the end of it in the Discord if I'm saying someone's name wrong. In any case,
Yeah, I've
the
also
other
called Kiptero Cryptero, so I am I am
it's how it goes. That is just the name of the game. Sometimes people, they swap S's for fives, they swap E's for threes. In any case, I want to go back to your earlier point about maintaining a positive mentality despite whatever may happen in the matchup. If you take an L, if you get beaten out and just thrashed in a matchup, try to lock in, try to focus up, and get ready for the next one. And speaking of next one, we're going to go into the first one as we are off to the races, pun intended, with Artemis and Co. Attacking early.
Crimson taking over. A little bit of a double commit there, a little bit awkward between Crimson and Scanty. On the side of Clary United, it's Scripps, Crimson, Scanty. On the Rangers, it's Waffles, Artemis, and Niner. Speaking of Artemis,
Beautiful.
taking over a kind of dodgy play there from Scraps. I'm gonna say it right this time. Makes it 1-0 really early.
A good attack from Artemis, I believe Goddess of the Hunt, if my memory serves me right. 1-0, went hunting for that first goal and got it. Let's see what Clarity United can do on the reverse. Couple of shots on goal, couple of saves already, but nothing too crazy just yet. Beautiful shots coming in from Prisman, but unfortunately just centered. Waffles coming in with the butter and the syrup. Artemis from up top, but unfortunately a no-go, Drac.
Yeah, routine handled by Scanty. He was in a good position and kind of just shot it low. If you really wanted a big chance at a goal there, you got to hit it high and away. But hit it towards the mouth of the net just to make sure it's on target, and Scanty was able to take care of it. Crimson with a shot handled by Niner.
He's juggling here from Niner in the midfield. Waffles with the center shot. Crimson able to clear it, but getting dangerously close. Scanty now juggling in the air. The shot just barely off the top left-hand corner. Bit of a miscommunique there on the boost. Nice little maneuver, but Niner, again with the save, has been playing phenomenally with his boost and using it exceptionally well.
Yeah, Niner is going to be the player to watch on this Rangers side. They have the highest player rating out of anybody in the lobby here with a 255. Next highest is Crimson with 215. So it's really important that Niner shows up and is able to perform, just like Scraps with a pretty amazing save, jumping over his teammate. But Niner's got to do well in order for this Rangers side to do well.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. As we continue, Clarity still looking for their first. Nice offense from Artemis. Continue to apply that pressure. A little destruction from Artemis as well. Scanty going to try to just clear it out of there. Waffles on the attack again, trying to get it centered. Scraps on the defense, and Niner going for the attack. Artemis looking for something, gets centered, but no one there. The setup was there, but the follow-through was not. Scanty now trying to reapply that pressure onto the Rangers side, but Artemis, again, continuing to be a thorn in this Clarity United side.
Pretty big miss by Niner there. He kind of got put in an awkward position because he had a whiff in the corner. And then the center came from Artemis, but it was behind him. So, but speaking of being behind him, Scanty able to capitalize on a bit of a miscue from Artemis. Gets it a little bit too far out in front of this ball. Scanty's able to capitalize, put it straight into the open net. 1-1.
Love to see a tied game. Just applies that pressure to both sides. Now the stakes getting higher as more pressure from the Rangers coming in. Niner getting that centered. It looks good. Artemis going down mid-air, doing a little skeet shooting as Waffles gets it centered. Cleared by Scanty by a needle hair. Unfortunate there in any case as the Rangers continue to keep keep the ball on the Clarity side, and they are just getting pressured beyond belief. But goal is open. Crimson looking for a shot, but again, nothing forming. They're getting these centers, they're getting these setups, but the follow through just not there, Drek.
Yeah, Ganty showing up big here.
Ooh, I misspoke
Crimson
too early.
finally getting on the scoreboard here. Open net. What happened? Just a fail to rotate. A little bit of a miscommunication in the middle of the field leads to an open net. But I do just want to highlight Scanty here, being a new captain. He's been around the league, but he's a rookie in QRLS in terms of actually playing in it. 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 saves is the exact performance you need in order to show up and to certify yourself as a mainstay. And new captain choice, I don't think anybody's regretting that at that moment.
No, definitely not. Niner with the demo on Scraps, centered, but Crimson unfortunately whiffing a bit. Waffles goes for the clear and applies it right back. Waffles coming in with the dribble. Ooh, just barely off. Crimson with the save. Niner trying to get it back in there. Crimson yet again, but Niner on the re-attack. The assist from Artemis. You love it to see it. Bouncing it back in the corner. Crimson to shoot it right back to Niner for the corner shot. A little of a juggle around there. We get the King Kong Godzilla graphic. Gotta love that goal animation as we're tied at 2 apiece with under 40 seconds left. The pressure is mounting for both sides in game 1.
Yeah, pressure indeed. Scanty going for a 50-50 in the corner. Did not work out for them. Niner had what looked like open net, but Scraps gets back just in time for the save. That's going to be huge. Keeps the score level. Scanty, rare miss defensively, but Scraps is there to come back. And the ball's still in their half, in Rangers' half. Crimson's going to keep it in the Rangers' half. 1 second to go. Zero's on the scoreboard. Going to pass it back to Scraps. Can't quite get there. Scraps tries to shove it in, but Niner with the save. Niner's on the carrying the ball.
Oh, baby.
Is it in? It is not, but Niner can't quite bring it back around. Waffles to bump it towards the net, but Scraps is going to handle it, and we're going to overtime.
I thought it was close for the Rangers there. 2-2. We go into overtime for game 1. And now we see who has that killer instinct. Center shot for Clarity, but unfortunately no follow through. Waffles getting it the heck out of there, but not unless Scraps has something to say about it. Artemis, again, trying to get it fully cleared, and now Artemis starting to juggle. Niner with the follow through. It's a 2-on-1 attack, but Crimson yet again with the save. Waffles whiffs on the follow through, and now Scanty trying to get something going.
Yeah, Scraps and Scanty on a bad double
shot.
And I was just about to mention the double commit. They did not need the double commit. Artemis from their own half just
from
shooting
downtown.
a long shot, completely taking the Clarity United side by surprise, and they're going to take game 1.
Beautiful shot from Artemis from beyond midfield, and you gotta respect the attack from Rangers. 4 shots each with 3 saves for apparently Niner. We were talking about him. I believe he said the best rated player in the lobby, and going up to show it right there. A really phenomenal effort from both sides. But what I need to see more of in general is just better goaltending. I mean, several times we saw the goal of each side completely open, and it was, pun fully intended, it was completely apparent in overtime. A wide open shot from midfield, and Artemis just had to tap it on in.
Yeah, it just seems like they're both sides ill prepared for the counterattack. We've seen at least 2 of the Rangers' goals have been on completely open nets from the Rangers' own half. That's just something you can't necessarily have as Clarity United to continue to have success moving forward. You just have to be responsible for your net, even if you're on offense. It's fine to give up 1, but to give up 2, that's the difference between winning and losing. That's a 2-1 versus a 3-2. And, you can kind of get focused on applying the offensive pressure, keeping the ball in your opponent's half and just
Mhm.
really maintaining offensive pressure. But
Whew.
if you can't, if you're not going to take care of your net, like they're allowed to score from their own half. That's just something you're capable of doing. So it's
Mhm.
harder, but you know, just got to keep it in mind.
Definitely a big thing to keep in mind. But match two underway. The Rangers currently holding a 1-0 lead in the series. Shot on the goal. Crimson with another incredible save. They are getting a lot better with their goaltending early on. They just have to make sure they keep up that defensive streak as we continue. Niner here coming in on the attack, able to weave through Crimson. Waffles trying to get it centered, but Scanty gonna clear. And now Clarity trying to get something set up for themselves, but Artemis says no. Go. Niner with the demo. Crimson is down, your defensive stronghold. And Scanty with a bit of a save here. And now Clarity on the attack. Artemis with the save. It's back and forth. Round and round we go.
Yeah, Artemis not giving up on that,
Ooh.
getting the ball to Niner, who's just gonna carry it in.
Wow.
Scanty was back, or sorry, Crimson was back, but couldn't quite do anything to it, and that's just the skill difference there between Niner and Crimson.
Mhm.
You know, you talk about counterattacks and counterattack defense, and Artemis being able to get back there is huge. That's the difference between it being 1-0 for Rangers and 1-0 for
Mhm.
Clarity United.
100% agree with you there, Drac. Just said perfectly, in all honesty. I can't add nothing to it. Crimson and Scraps now trying to go for a bit of a wombo combo connection, but unfortunately a no-go. Artemis back in the mix, apparently lurking on the goalpost, trying to clear it and gets it sent right back. But Scraps able to pick it off mid-air. Now trying to get it centered. Waffles playing a little defense. Got to be careful here. And Artemis again playing beautiful defense yet again. Goal left wide open. Scanty tries to get for the save. A Niner with the attack again. Scanty with the save, but it's not enough. The attack is relentless from the Rangers. Waffles adding some stirrup, adding some butter. Everybody contributing on this one from the Rangers. And Waffles with the final nail in the coffin on that second goal. Beautiful
Yes,
job from Rangers.
Scanty just left out on an island. One shot save. That's kind of what's expected. You rotate out. This second shot save, you know, they weren't cleared out necessarily, and like
Mhm.
given a chance to get back a reset. But you know, having 3 shots consecutively on the net, that's not a recipe for really any sort of success.
Yeah,
Scanty did the best he could, and I think you know
100%.
his positioning, speaking of his positioning, almost getting a goal there. Scrap's gonna fire, but Waffles is
Oh,
gonna take care of it. If Scanty, if Scanty could clear that a bit better, like you know,
the
maybe that's not a
juggle.
goal.
Oh, goodness.
Just like Niner,
Wow.
just popping that into the net over Scraps and
Oh,
punishing a stagnant Crimson. And kind of very quickly, this game's gotten out of hand for Clarity United.
well, this is exactly what we were talking about in the pregame chit chat. Uh, you have to control the pace of the matchup, or it's going to quickly get out of your hands. Waffles with the quick demo on Scraps. So a 3-on-2 assault. Artemis going to the air yet again. Scanty trying to clear. And you have apparently Niner lurking in the midfield, trying to get something set up. Everybody respawn and getting back to it. And Niner now playing defense, just going to go for the full clear here. But again, controlling the pace of the matchup is huge, and we saw how quickly it gets out of hand. Rangers take a quick 3-0 lead, and there's still 2 minutes left. It's not over till it's over, but it's not looking too good for Clarity here.
And the first thing Clarity's got to do is get that 0 off the board, get some offensive life in there. They're doing pretty good at holding Rangers in their offensive zone, but when Rangers just go on the counterattack,
Mm.
it's really bad. But when you exert a bunch of offensive pressure, you're gonna eventually find chances. That
Hmm.
was Crimson to Scraps, just sat on the back post, easy as you like, just tap it in. There's really nothing that the Rangers could have done other than block that pass, but you know, if you block that pass, sometimes the ball ends up in your net. So it was just a
Yeah.
really good pass, really good positioning.
And speaking of positioning, who else but Waffles going after the attack yet again. They're leaving their goal a little too wide open. Niner here trying to get this one-on-one, gets it centered. Scraps looking for the clear. Waffles had the angle, but it's the follow-through from Artemis, and the attack remains pure from the Rangers, like the Rangers on the Black Wall from Lord of the Rings. They do not yield, they do not give up in the fight. They keep it coming, and they cannot be stopped. It is truly just textbook Rocket League right here from the Rangers.
Yeah, 4-1s, especially getting a goal and then immediately getting conceded on. I don't see this being recoverable by Clarity United. Crimson just ran out of boost, straight up. He thought he had more boosts than he did, and he couldn't get back in time because he just stopped boosting. And that's those types of defensive lapses that you have to rectify. Crimson is showing that he's not totally incapable on defense with an amazing save and a chance at a goal, but that gets saved away. Scanty going for the near post, can't quite get it.
Unfortunate timing, to say the least, for Clarity United as they try to get something going for themselves to hold their heads high going into match 3. But you're going to find yourself in a quick 2-0 deficit, and that's not where you want to be in preseason. It's just a bad mentality. Waffles applying that pressure in the last few closing seconds. It is a last-ditch effort in garbage time to prevent the 4-1. Scraps can't get it. And another save by Niner to finish it off. An incredible performance.
Yeah, I mean, this game, there were some flashes from Clarity United, and they did
Yep.
have good offensive pressure, but this was all Rangers. I never really felt like Rangers were in danger of conceding. Clarity United had a really good game plan of like establishing offensive pressure, and they did have a good moment there with that goal by Scraps. But whenever Clarity United was going for the goal, Rangers were there to deal with it. Whenever Rangers were going for goal, it kind of felt like Clarity United was just backpedaling, trying to throw anything at the ball to prevent it from going in. And that's going to be the real question mark for Game 3. You're down 2-0. You have something on offense. It's not completely nothing, but Rangers has got your number on the counterattack, and they just have a solution for you on defense that you cannot match. So, gotta focus a little bit more on stopping. Focus more on stopping the counterattack, and then from there, the goals will come.
Exactly. In time. Control the pace of the matchup. Control your destiny. Control your fate as we get ready for match 3 with Rangers on series point. The pressure must be mounting for Clarity right now as they try to get something going in their favor. The early back and forth of the first moments of the matchup, and Niner just barely missing the shot on goal. Gets it centered again, but no one there for the follow-through. But apparently Niner relentless on the attack.
Yeah, this those quick opportunities early on that you got to capitalize on, especially if you have a 2-0 lead. Capitalize on Clarity United's mental do a mental check. Make sure that make sure if they're not recovered, if they're not if they're still in that negative mindset, go after them, punish them, get a quick goal, demo, bump, just be annoying. You're at the point where you can afford to lose a game. You can afford to kind of maybe do something that's a little bit more dumb, and you can lose a game. Clarity United can't. And speaking of what I mentioned before with the key of this game, it's a clear that Scraps doesn't handle. Niner with a shot, and it's 1-0. Just quick counterattack, bang, and all of a sudden, once again, Clarity United's down.
Yeah, the first blood has been drawn, as it were. They go back on the attack, but it's Niner for the save. Scanty with the demo, making it a quick 2-on-3. Waffles, though, able to clear. Niner and Co. on the attack, just applying that pressure yet again. Relentless. Niner is there, but cleared by Scraps, I believe. In any case, a beautiful job defensively. Now it's a matter of following up with your counterattack, keeping the pressure on Rangers. You have to keep the ball on their side. Otherwise, Niner is just going to keep bullying you. And Artemis is a threat as well. You cannot ignore the rest of this squad, despite how dangerous Niner has been and how effective he's been playing. Artemis and Waffles have had their moments too. And look at Niner just dribbling midair. Back-to-back games I've seen multiple times. Niner just torching this defense, and Crimson, unfortunately, cannot handle the heat. Niner, my goodness. Impressive stuff, to say the least, Drac.
It's what you got to do. It's if you're the best player in the lobby, you have to take the game into your hands and just do stuff that the opponent team cannot respond to. He carried that far enough away from Crimson that, like, Crimson jumping off the back wall, he probably has to pre-jump there in order to get to it, but not necessarily comfortable enough with his reads in order to pull that off successfully. And Niner's just able to fire it out of his reach, out of his hands, and all of a sudden it's 2-0. But game's not over yet. There's still some Rocket League to go. Ball dangerously flashing in front of the net of Rangers. Rangers not completely out of the water yet.
Not fully out, but that's a double demo. Dribble right on in. Waffles coming in. The double demo follow-up. Scraps and Co. getting obliterated, and Waffles has the free goal. Scraps, was the last one staying up. It was Crimson and Scanty to go down, and that is just unfortunate timing, to say the least. Two of your buddies go down. You're left standing all alone, and Waffles just going to pour it on. 3-0 now, as the Rangers are showing no signs of slowing down. Pedal to the metal, baby.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to defend when you're down 2 players, and especially if you can pull off the demos successfully. Rangers have been having some successful demos. There was one demo earlier where Player United was on a pretty dangerous attack, but a smart demo by Artemis with the person center. I think it was Scanty who was middle. Clarity United likes to kind of play traditional Rocket League up the side, center it, score. And Artemis able to demo and then kind of turn it around. Just like once again, another counterattack. Artemis taking it from his own end, just firing it up to Waffles with one touch, beat Scraps, a little bit awkward, got caught doing the shake in the middle of the net.
Should have made
quite to. Yeah. They don't know. Was it forwards or backwards? Like, are they going to go near post or are they going to go far post? And you just kind of get stuck in an awkward position.
Yeah, it's just like penalty shots in football. You go for the left when they're actually going right, and unfortunately Scraps just couldn't get the timing right. And now a wide open goal. It's just too free for Waffles. Back to back, pouring it on. I'll take a double stack. Waffles going end to end, baby. Just making it look too easy. A 5-0, but don't call the po-po. My goodness. Rangers team cooking behind Waffles, Niner, Artemis. Just seemingly a trio that can't be stopped.
Yeah, I mean, sorry that
I want to hype it up, but it's just like,
don't call the po-po. It just got me a little bit there.
That got it.
Scraps making it 5-1. You know, it's still so respectable. Just kind of getting that 0 off the board, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to come back here. Rangers smartly with the counterattack once again.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, Scanty with
unfortunate.
Bad miss there.
Oh no, Niner going in.
Yeah, Clarity United's in all-out attack mode, and like when the third man commits that high up and they miss, it's going to be a goal. Like, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard to prevent it. The only thing you can do is hope that they miss an open net. You know, as you know, Rocket League, the hardest mechanic to hit is an open net. So, you know, kind of hope that somebody can get back there and somebody messes it up back there. But you know, it's kind of hard when they're doing a bronze level dribble into the net.
No, I understand entirely. It's a bit rough. Waffles trying to get this save. Nice dribble from Scraps. The follow through Scanty just barely missing. The timing has just not been right for this Clarity United squad. Something's been off. The follow throughs, the setups. It's just these last second shots not going their way. The double demo to add insult to injury, pouring salt in the wound. Waffles keeping it up and just playing with his food at this point. Crimson trying to get something, but it's a no go. It falls just short. A solid GG's. Waffles with the hat trick and a phenomenal effort through and through across the board, but it was really apparently Niner throughout this series.
Yeah, Niner did take over the game in several key moments. Rangers also had the game plan, had the game script down,
Mhm.
kind of respond to Clarity United's offense. And that final double post just kind of sums up what the game was like for Clarity United. Um, Close, good pressure, but just couldn't get there in the end. And that kind of just
Mhm.
all being almost on your opportunities can be good for like maybe most instances, but
Mhm.
when Rangers has you, especially in that game script where Rangers were really relying on the counterattack,
Mhm.
it's hard. It's
No,
hard,
I
especially
understand.
when you're trying to overcommit, trying to make something happen. It's already 3-0, 4-0. You got to reverse it quick, and
Yeah.
ball goes the other way and into the open net.
That's just how it goes. I mean, uh, if there's one thing I can say, the only thing that matters in almost is horseshoes and hand grenades as we get joined by Artemis in the broadcast booth. Artemis, how are you feeling after that thrashing BTA you gave out to Clarity United?
Honestly, we were just vibing, and it was just awesome to feel the chemistry just light up that match, man. It
Mhm.
was absolutely amazing. Just a quick shout out to Scraps and the team. They did a great job this
Yep.
preseason. They have a great team. Man,
Love it.
guys, we're still buzzing.
No,
So I mean,
you were firing on all cylinders. The goddess of the hunt. I got to ask a little bit. Obviously, Artemis, you have some ties to Greek mythology. Did you sacrifice anything? Did you light some sage? Did you pray to the goddess of the hunt before this matchup?
I do what any good studious soldier would do is,
Hmm.
sacrifice sleep for the battle. Just practice all
Exactly.
night.
Exactly.
Get gamed up. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, it's just messing up. No, honestly, this past 2 weeks, I feel like I've been hard grinding, training
Hmm.
packs and trying to get better consistency on touches, and then
Yeah.
on top of which we've been kind of playing some threes here and there, trying to get our chemistry up and all that because we felt like we hit a little lull there week 2.
Hmm.
But when it was all said and done, I mean, we felt really good coming into this week, and we're excited for next week to play the finals.
Yeah. Should be very entertaining. Drac, anything you'd like to ask Artemis?
Yeah. You kind of mentioned about grinding training packs, do a little bit of threes, but something you can't really quite do in a training pack. So I was seeing some pretty good demos coming out of you guys, both on the offensive side, opening up opportunities, and on defense with some key demos on the Clarity United players that were centered. What does demos play in your kind of team comp? Are you looking for them? Do they just kind of naturally happen?
I mean, for the most part, it's natural, opportunistic. We don't really go for them. If it's there and it opens up a play, we'll go for it then. But other than that, we really are looking to play around each other and seek out the pass plays, like you saw in that last goal from me to Waffles. We're looking for those
Hmm.
pass plays and try to incorporate the entire field.
Yeah, and also it felt like you had a lot of success kind of with those quick counterattacks starting from your own half, sometimes scoring from your own half, but other times just kind of lobbing the ball up to somebody and just having a quick shot. Is that like part of your game script? Is that something your team kind of goes for, or is this kind of just a one time against Clarity United? Was it kind of vibes based on how the team was playing? Talk me through it.
I mean, it's really just kind of like going through it game by game. I mean, it's really second by second because you
Hmm.
gotta play around each other and you gotta be calming where you're at and where they're at. It's just really when it comes down to those deep, cross field clears, going for goals, that the deep long ones. It's just
Hmm.
more along is the opportunity there? Are we there to support? We're just paying attention to it, the game itself, just that game sense in its general sense.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Final question from me. I
Yeah.
just wanted to talk a little bit about Niner. Obviously, he was the highest ranked player in that lobby, but kind of talk me through playing with somebody that high rated at that high level, like when he could just do stuff that takes the game, like really just takes control of the game and really just kind of controlling the pace of the game. Like, what have you seen from him this preseason? What have you seen from him from seasons previously? Like, how does Niner really help this team come together?
And I can't really say enough about Niner. Uh, he's young, but he is just a go getter. He gets after the ball. He knows where to be, how to play it, and he's just got the mechanics to solo play the entire field at one point.
Hmm.
Uh, and it really just hypes everybody up when he does get one of those nice pro getting everybody with like a flip reset and anything like that. It really builds up. You know, he's just great. I mean, I can't express how much I enjoy playing with him. He frees up me, Waffles, Rebel, all of us up because they're paying
Hmm.
attention to him
Yeah.
and they're chasing him on trying to get demos to get free up some space for themselves.
Yeah.
He's just great. I mean, honestly,
That's exactly what we were talking about in game. Even as like we were hyping up how well apparently Niner was playing, but it was like, hey, Waffles and Artemis are going to do some damage too on the outside. I mean, we had the hat trick from Waffles at that last matchup, and really just an incredible job from you guys as a trio. I saw the chat talking about your chem being really good. Y'all are just firing on all cylinders. Everything seems to be working out all right, and uh, I mean, this preseason seemingly treated y'all well, so I'm excited to see how y'all do as the season continues and gets started.
appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Drac, anything else we'd like to ask Artemis?
No, that'll do it. Great game.
Perfect. Yeah.
We'll be looking to see who you'll be playing, either the Hammerheads or the in Armada. That was the other team. I see either Hammerheads or Armada.
Mm,
Yeah, keep an eye on that game. That's going to be a great game.
looking forward to it. In any case, Artemis, a solid GG's. Please send our regards and well wishes to your teammates, and hope you have a wonderful night, sir.
Absolutely, will do, guys.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me in the booth here tonight. I want to thank Alex in the booth for getting everything set up and situated and making us sound and look as good as possible despite the no cams. I want to thank my fellow caster, Drac Pack, as dashing and as dastardly as he may be. Drac Pack is a phenomenal co-caster. My name is Big Rich X. The X marks the spot because my commentary is a treasure, but you don't need a map to find it. Stay safe, stay awesome, stay beautiful, and remember, keep it quick, folks. We'll see you next time.